Alright, welcome back to another completely random review. We're going to go a little more in depth on this Zeblaze GTS. We're going to try to keep this short for you because there's really not a lot to talk about. It's a $30 smartwatch. It has some cool features. It has some quirks that aren't so great, but it's a simple watch. So will this watch get the job done? So let's see here. So the first thing we're going to look at is the watch face. The watch face is simple. You press, you hold, you swipe, you select another watch face, you tap, and you change it. Real easy, nothing to it. When you swipe down, you come into your settings where you have the vibrate, theater, main settings, and weather, and you do have this little slider that allows you to adjust the brightness, which is kind of nice. Under the main settings, you'll find a stopwatch, an alarm, and countdown, as well as your other normal settings such as brightness, vibrate, which they call shake, theater, reset, power off, and such. You can swipe back to go back and swipe back again to, swipe up to go back to your watch face. Now from your watch face you can swipe up, and that's going to get you to your notifications. And swipe back down to your watch face. You can swipe to the right to get to a listing of icons for the watch's different features. And then swiping to the left, you can get to tiles or cards of a lot of those features, such as steps, sleep, heart rate, which is trying to measure there, sorry about that, exercise, phone, which you can turn on and off, blood pressure, not accurate, never expected it to be, $30 watch. So there we got our SpO2, which actually the SpO2, your oxygen saturation, was pretty accurate when compared to other devices. So I will give it credit there. And of course we've got weather again, we've got our shutter, and we've got our media player. Now, the main thing that impresses me about this watch being a $30 watch is the fact that it does connect to your phone and it does allow you to make and receive phone calls from the watch. The downside of this is the implementation of that. So what they have done is when you set this watch up to the phone and you have the functionality for calls turned on, it automatically defaults to the watch. Every phone call you make or receive, you will hear it on the watch. If you don't want that, you've got to turn it off. And to make matters worse, with the phone feature on, everything you play on your phone is heard on the watch. So if you're trying to watch a YouTube video, you're trying to listen to some music, it defaults to the watch. If you want it back on the phone, if you want it on something else like your Bluetooth earbuds, you've got to turn the phone feature off on the watch. So just keep that in mind. I would recommend leaving it off from day one and just turning it on only when you need it. So that's the basic functionality of it. But of course the watch is only as good as the app that comes with it, and we're going to take a look at that now. So let's see what we got here with the app. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you this is not a complicated app, and it doesn't have a lot of the features of other phones. You can't export or import fitness data on this particular app, but for day-to-day use, it's pretty nice. It's simple, straightforward, and uncomplicated. So the first page is going to give you all of those features of the watch. It's going to give you your steps, your sleep, your heart rate, the BP, the oxygen, and your exercise. It'll also track cycles if you're female, but you'll have to set that up in the profile, which I did not do, obviously. And each of these work very similarly. If you tap on them, it goes to a page that gives you the day, the week, the month, and gives you some general information. If you want to look at specific days, you can touch the calendar icon and then just choose that day. The second part of it is some more settings that you can play with. You can go in and change your watch faces from the app. And actually you can download more watch faces. Not a lot, but there are a few. Notifications are available here. You can turn them on and off as you see fit. You have alarms that you can set. You have the shutter again, and you have some other options here, like changing your time format, your unit system, metric to imperial, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Do not disturb. You can set reminders to move. You can turn the heart rate detection on and off. And of course, choose your language. And then finally, down here at the end, is your profile. And this, of course, is where you're going to set up your age, your gender, your height, your weight, and your stride. We won't get into that because it's got my information in there. And you can set your goal. I've got 8,000 steps set on that. So overall, the app works pretty good. Like I said, it's not overly complicated. It's not fancy. It doesn't have all those features of the high-end smartwatches. But for day-to-day use, it's going to get the job done. So let's go back to this little thing here and let's decide how we feel about it. All right. If I'm going to compare it to a lot of the higher end smartwatches out there, I'm going to give it a D. Absolutely a D. It's cheap. It's plasticky. It doesn't have the features. The graphics are not on par with other watches. But we're not talking about a $200 or $300 or even $400 smartwatch. We're talking about a $30 smartwatch. A $30 smartwatch that will let you make calls. It will track your O2. It will track your heart rate. It will track your sleep. And it will do it fairly well. So, $30? I'd give it a B+, you know. So, and you also have the advantage of, if you choose to give it to a child and he breaks it, you lose it, somebody steals it, it's not going to break the bank. Just pick you another one up for $30 and go about your day. Well, if this video was helpful to you in any way, please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you later.